Hello everyone, today I am going to teach Additional Mathematics or ADDMATHS Form 4 Chapter 2 Quadratic Equations and Inequalities. This is part 1, yeah? Well, you cannot fit everything into one part. Okay, but anyways, this chapter is actually quite challenging, but it's actually very easy. Let's get started, alright? So, first thing, in this chapter, we need to know, we need to identify quadratic equations and inequalities. First, we need to know the general form of a quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Okay, so this a is a number. It can be 1, so there's no number. It can be 2, a negative 3, any number in front of x squared. Okay, x squared. And then there's another number, we call it as b. I'm not sure if they can be the same number, but it says b for a reason, so therefore I don't think it can be the same number with x with no square comparing to this one. And c is just a normal number without any variables with the value equivalent to 0. Okay, so that is the standard form of quadratics. Okay, so now let's look at the first thing we need to know about quadratics. Okay, let me write out the question. Solving quadratics using completing the square method and quadratic formula. So there are ways to find the x in this standard form. Okay, there are two methods: completing the square, and also quadratic formula. Okay, so first one, I'm going to use completing the square method. Okay, so let's look here. I'm going to start doing it. Alright, so x squared minus 6x equals minus 2 equals to 0. Okay, so let's rewrite this as our answer first. Okay, so what we have to do here is we need to take, okay, so firstly, you need to check if the x squared has any number more than 1. Okay, so here, look closely here. If there must be no number in front of x squared. So is there a number? No. So therefore we don't have to do anything. Okay, so we can straight away do the completing the square. First, take all the numbers with x in them. Okay, take all the numbers with x in them. So you will get x squared minus 6x. Simply rewrite. Then you are going to have to follow this format: plus bracket minus bracket, both has squares, and both over 2. It must always be over 2. And then finally you take this last constant, negative 2 equals to 0. Okay, so what are you going to put? It must be a fraction now. So what are you going to put in the numerator? You are going to put the value of the second one. Okay, x. So what is the value in front of it? Negative 6, correct? Therefore you put negative 6 in on top of this one. Alright, simply just do that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to factorize this part. Okay, we're going to factorize this part for the x's and also the first bracket. Okay, so how are we going to factorize this? There is a format. So simply put bracket and then put squared. Alright, so now look at the x here. This is x squared, right? And x must be multiplied with x to get x squared. So we put x in the front, because when we book out like this, when we open, it will be x multiply x squared, isn't it? So therefore just put x first, and then what are you going to put here? You're going to put whatever you get in here. Okay, so what do you get in here? You can clearly see that you get negative 6 over 2 is negative 6 divided by 2, which is negative 3. So this is how you factorize it. This is the format. Okay, And then you simply just copy this one. Okay, negative 6 over 2 is negative 3. So negative 3 squared outside negative. And then when you square this, it will become 9. So negative 9 minus 2. Rewrite here. Negative 9 minus 2 equals to 0. Okay, so we're doing very good so far. So now what you have to do, if you want to take everything other than x to the other side, so we can take this to the other side. X minus 3 squared is equal to, this becomes plus when move to the other side, right? 9 plus 2. So now you solve this, you just calculate this, you get 11 equals to x minus 3 squared. Now what you're going to do is you're going to move this square to the other side. And when you move a square to the other side, it will become square root. Alright? But this square root in ADDMATHS, you need to know this square root can be plus or minus. Let me tell you why. If I get square root of 49, it's equal to 7, right? But if I get negative square root of 49, it will still get 7. Why? Because a negative makes a positive. Do you get what I mean right now? But this is outside of the third. So like if I put negative 7 times negative 7, you will get 49. And if I put 7 times 7 also, we get 49. So I think it's the same concept in thirds. So you put plus minus. Okay. You put plus minus. And then you move this to the other side, so it becomes x equals plus minus square root of 11 plus 3. This becomes plus, right? Okay, now what you're going to do here is you're going to take two parts. You'll get first value of x, second value of x. Okay, so what you're going to do, you akan pisah. You are going to divide these two according to their symbols. So first will be positive 11. Square root of 11 plus 3, and a negative square root of 11 plus 3. Okay, clear here? I think this is outside of the set, just to avoid any dangerous stuff. Okay, just put outside of the set. So here, what you will put here, we usually in ADDMATHS we do 2 SF. Okay, 2 standard form. Okay, standard form is like basically 0.03438. Okay, so these two do not count, but when it hits a number, all the numbers after it count. So this is 4, right? So you basically follow that one. Okay, so here you will get here the square root of 11 plus 3. You will get 6.3166. Isn't it? But you want 4 standard form, isn't it? So you take the first 4, because this is already a number, all the other numbers after that count. So then here, you look here if you can round it off. So this is over 5, right? So you change it to 7. So simply your answer is 6.317. This is your x1. And then here is equal to, okay, negative square root of 11 plus 3, you'll get total negative 0.3166. Okay, so this is your answers. Yeah, so here what you're going to do for your final answer here, you are going to put x equals to 6.317 or negative 0.3166, and then you write down here for standard form. Okay, so that is your final answer for that question. So let's do another question using completing the square method, just to make you understand better. So what if I do 3x squared plus 5x minus 4 equals 0? Okay, now what you're going to have to do, you need to see whether the first part of the equation, which is the x squared, if it has any numbers, and we can clearly see there is a 3 there. So how to get rid of this 3? This is multiply, so we divide the whole equation by 3. So you get rid of this, right? But not yet, we need to do one by one. Okay, so you rewrite. This becomes x squared. And then this will become 5 divided by 3, right? X minus 4 over 3 equals to 0. Okay, so you get it until here. I hope so. Now, what you're going to have to do here is that you are going to have to do the same format over here. Okay? So first you take the x squared and the x. You write it down, x squared plus 5 over 3x. And then you do plus open bracket squared minus open bracket squared. Always has to be over 2 over 2. Then you take this, you put it down there, it become negative 4 over 3 equals to 0. Okay, so this is looking like a lot actually. So what you're going to put here, as I said, you're going to put the x value. So what's the x value is 5 over 3. 5 over 3, 5 over 3, isn't it? Okay. So what you're going to do here now, you are going to factorize this. And as I told you, the format, sorry, let me just get rid of this because it's hurting my eyes. Okay, factorize. Okay, so what you're going to do here, you're going to open the bracket, put a square, and then put x here because we know x squared is x times x, isn't it? So put x. Now, in over here, what are you going to put? You're going to put whatever you see here. So what do you see here? 5 over 3 over 2. 5 divided by 3 divided by 2. You will get 5 over 6. Okay, plus 5 over 6. Alright? And then, you straight away calculate this one. 5 over 3 divided by 2. You square it. So this becomes negative 5 over 6 squared. So 5 over 6 squared is simply 25 over 36, which is negative 25 over 36. Okay, I just do like this so that it avoids taking up space, but you obviously have to do like this. Okay, negative 4 over 3 equals to 0. So now over here you solve this first. Okay, solve this first, and then so you get x plus 5 over 6 squared negative 25 over 36 minus 4 over 3, you'll get negative 73 over 36. Okay, okay, so now you will take everything and put it to the other side. Sorry, I blurred just now. Okay, so x plus 5 over 6 squared is equal to, this becomes plus, sorry, don't put plus, 73 over 36. Okay, good. So now you get rid of this, you get rid of this, and you call it a day. Equals to 73 over, so this one you square root, sorry, and then you put 5 over, 73 over 36, and this becomes minus, so minus 5 over 6. Okay, now what you're going to do here, this becomes plus minus, don't forget. Okay, so now you're going to divide this into 2 because we have two values of x. X1 is equal to, first, the positive one, 73 over 36, square root of that, minus 5 over 6. Okay, x2 pula is negative 73 over 36, minus 5 over 6. Alright, so here, what will you get? Okay, square root of 73 over 36, minus 5 over 6. Sorry, I pressed the wrong one. Square root 73 over 36 minus 506. Okay, you will get 0 0.5906. Okay, this is for SF. Okay, but then there's another 6 after that. What you should do is you round it off, you get 0.5907, right? Now what about this one? If you negative 73 over 36 square root minus 5 over 6, you will get negative 2.257. Okay, so this is already rounded off. So this is x is equal to 0.5907 or negative 2.257 for significant figures. Okay, so that is your answer. Alright, so what about the next one? Let's look at the next one for the quadratic formula. Okay, so what I want to do is write back solving quadratics using quadratic formula. Okay, so quadratic formula, there is a formula to solve quadratic equations. So for this, we know the standard form ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, right? Okay, but before that, I want to explain the steps of this so you guys don't forget. Okay, so first, you eliminate x squared number. Okay, if there's a number in the x squared, you eliminate it by dividing with that number to the whole equation. Then what you do, you open the brackets after the x tau. So we know after the x, you put bracket squared plus first and then minus bracket squared over 2 up here is value of x. Alright, so we know that. And then after that, you are going to have to factorize. Factorize, easy. I said follow the format. Put this and then put x. And then you simply put what you get in this bracket, right? Oops, sorry. Okay, so you put what you get inside of the bracket tau, not when you square it. And then you put there. And then after that, you move everything. Other than x, right? And then when you move the square, it will become plus minus. Okay, then it will be plus minus, and then after that split two values. Okay, so that's basically all the steps for completing the square. But we also have quadratic formula. So we know this is our standard form. So our quadratic formula, x equals to, our x, we want to find x, right? It's equal to negative b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2. Now what am I saying? This is a lot. Okay, sorry. Okay, so what you're going to have to do, replace from the equation here, whatever number in front of x squared, you replace for a. Whatever in front of x, you replace for b. Okay, whatever number is c, you replace for c. You need to look at the equation given with the numbers, and then you need to substitute. So this is very easy. This is easier than completing the square, in my opinion. So let's do some questions. Okay, x minus 1, x minus 3 equals to 5. Okay, so this is a bit of a twist, guys, isn't it? Okay, so what you're going to have to do here, you need to make this into standard form. So what we can do to make it in standard form, over here we can see we can expand. This is what you learn in form 2, very easy. Okay, multiply that. Okay, So you will get here a value, not value, x squared. And then x multiply negative 3, negative 3x. 1, negative 1 minus x, negative x. Negative 1 minus negative 3 is simply positive 3 equals to 5. Okay, so now you have to make this equals here. You need to put after the equal 0 because that is what's in the equation, isn't it? The standard form of the equation. Therefore, we move this 5. X squared minus 3x minus x plus 3 minus 5 equals to 0. So now what you can do here, you can simplify with this, and then simplify with this, isn't it? So here you will get, here x squared negative 3x minus x, negative 4x plus 3 minus 5, negative 2 equals to 0. So what you're gonna do here, so we already have it in standard form. Now we compare with our standard form. So we know ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. Okay, so now we take this equation, this formula. Let me just move this formula elsewhere because it's very crowded, I can see here. Okay, so here we can replace into the formula, isn't it, with the values that we got. So our a is 1 because there's no number in front of x, therefore it's 1. Okay, and then our b is negative 4, our c is negative 2. Let's write that down. You must write that down so that it's easier for you. It's easier, isn't it? Okay, so firstly our a is 1, our b is negative 4, our c is negative 2. Alright. So that's it. Now we take this formula, we substitute negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2. So now we can straight away do this and calculate the value of x in 2 ways. Okay, so negative b, our b is negative 4, so negative 4 plus minus the square root of b squared, which is negative 4 squared. Negative 4 squared minus 4 times a, our a is 1, times c, our c is negative 2. So this is our formula over, just simply write here 2. Alright, so now we solve whatever's inside here first. Okay, we solve whatever's inside here first. So you will get total here 4, because this is negative makes positive, plus minus square root of 24. Don't write too long, just straight away put the value over 2. So now what we're going to do here, straight away we know what we're going to do. x1, x2. So there are two such situations where this square root is plus and 1 is minus. So x1 we do plus, okay, equals 4 plus square root 24 over 2. This one 4 minus square root 24 over 2. Okay, so straight away calculate that one and then round it off to 4 significant figures. So you will get here 4.449, and then here you get negative 0.449. Okay, is it? Wait, hold on, let me get it back, sorry. Okay, 4 minus square root of 24, and then down is 2. So you get negative 0.4494, but there's an 8 afterwards, so you round this off, this becomes 5, so negative 0.4495. So you write down here x equals to 4.449 or negative 0.449. This is for SF, significant figures. Okay, so let's do one more question and I'll explain the steps again. Okay, negative, 2x minus 3 equals to 6. Okay, so now what we're going to do here, we expand, just simply expand. So this is 2x minus 3, 2x minus 3 equals negative 6. So simply just expand this, very easy. You can do this in your head. Okay, so you get 2x times 2x, 4x squared. 2x times negative 3, negative 6x. Negative 3 times 2, negative 6x. Negative 3, negative 3, positive 9 equals to 6. Don't do this. Alright, so now what are you going to do? You need to get rid of the 4. Whenever you solve quadratics, you need to get rid of the number in front of x squared. Okay, but firstly, we move everything. We make it into standard form first. Don't rush. 4x squared minus 6x minus 6x plus 9 minus 6 equals to 0. This is positive, become negative. Now, what you're going to do here is you're going to solve this one. 4x squared negative 6x minus 6x. Don't tell me 0. Negative is minus, not multiplying the symbols. So we already know negative 12x plus 9 minus 6 is 3 equals to 0. So now we know whenever there's a number in front of x squared, we need to get rid of it. It applies to this one as well. Why didn't we do it just now? Because just now we didn't get a number. Okay, so we divide everything by 4. Very good. Alright, so you will get here x squared. Oh no, sorry, you don't have to do that. Very sorry, you don't have to do that because you have the equation here. The formula. I'm very sorry, I'm truly sorry. Okay, so we just compare now ax squared minus bx plus c equals to 0. So our a is what? 4. Because if we get rid of the 4, then there will be no, the a will still be 1. We don't want that. B equals to negative 12. C equals to 3. Now we can take this formula. We can straight away write this. X equals to negative b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2. Alright, so now what we're going to do here, okay, substitute the values. Okay, equals to negative b, which is negative times negative 12. Don't tell me just negative 12. There's a negative here and another negative here. Okay, don't do that. Plus minus square root of b squared. So negative 12. Sorry. Negative 12 squared minus 4 times a, which is 4. And then times c, which is 3. Over 2. So now you solve whatever's inside of the square root, and then we can simply write this as positive, right? Because negative, positive. Don't write positive in front. 12 plus minus square root of 96 over 2. And then now over here, what we can do is we can split x1, x2, where this symbol is either positive or negative. So 12 plus square root 96 over 2. 12 minus square root 96 over 2. So now here you can solve here. 12 plus square root 96. Sorry, 12 plus square root 9. Okay, so guys, what I miss in the formula is that on the denominator is 2a. Okay, so you need to multiply 2 with a. Over here there was nothing in a, so it's 1. So you multiply with 1, so you just get 2. But here there's a value in a, so it's 4. So you multiply with 4, so you will get 8. So this is 8. Sorry, no wonder I got the calculation wrong. with the example. So this is 8, this is 8. You will get 2.725. And then here you will get 0.275. Okay? Actually, there's another significant figure. Okay. 12 minus square root 96 over 8. So you will get 0.2752. So you can write here your x is equal to 2.725 or 0.2752. Right? So this is actually, yeah. So that's it. And then you write 4 significant figures. So that is how to solve quadratic using quadratic formula. So that's it for this episode, this part. Next part, I will explain a question using shapes, and then I will explain and then after that I will be explaining forming quadratic equation with roots. Okay, so thank you for watching. Bye.